Beautiful. And welcome, you guys. Welcome, everyone, to game number 1. Darknoob versus LobodeLaNieve. Let's update this and this. It's a little bit more readable. We're probably going to change the colors too, because LobodeLaNieve with purple versus blue, it's going to be a little bit tough to see. So we're just going to switch him over to red. Regardless, though, what do we get for game number 1? Once again, it's gonna be Melee versus Pulse. Melee for Darknoob. LobodeLaNieve's got Pulse. Melee, I think on this map specifically, has been utilized quite a bit. As a matter of fact, let me go and take a look at the map section of the spectator dashboard for Wallhalla. So on this map, Bypass, we saw actually Melee be the second most used civilization. Actually, it's tied. Burgundians, Malay, and Hindustanis both have been picked a comparable amount of times. And the Poles have been picked quite a bit as well. Not quite as much as Burgundians, Malay, or Hindustanis, but they are the 5th most picked civilization. So it's also very, very popular on this map. And I'm pretty curious as to how this is going to work. If you were to ask me, I would imagine it's going to be a kind of play to go for a castle drop at the center, then maybe go for stack the privileges and start spamming if you are playing Poles. But I'm not 100% sure because I haven't really seen too much of Wallhalla before. For Darknoob, on the other hand, well, Malay are a very strong civilization on basically all of these maps. They are a very strong civilization basically on any map, and then on these maps for this particular tournament, right? The map pool having semi-close, or actually closed maps for all of them, I think. Well, Malay are going to be very strong because of how much faster they go up to the next stage, how many extra villagers they can get just by going up, right? Malay should go elephants. Pulse miss half the year. Elephants? Yeah, sounds about right. Well, I would be against that. Oh, by the way, you know what? I think I forgot to close the predictions yesterday. Damn. Yeah. Andy and Uzi for game number 3. Who actually won that one? I think it was Andy, wasn't it? I think it was freaking Andy. Let me choose this. And then we can potentially enable predictions for game number 1 for this set. There we are. Yes! 2-1. Thank you, Weniger. So let's enable predictions for game number 1. Options will be Darknoob for option 1 and Lobo for option 2. We're going to leave this open for about, I think 5 minutes is... Darknoob's already going up to the fuel age though. We're just going to leave this open for 2 minutes. Yeah. There we go. Hey, Blawless. Welcome. All the gang showing up. You guys watching the sets. Is any of you going to face any of these guys, by the way? Maybe King Boo or Blawless. I don't remember exactly what the brackets looked like. But anyway. Or are you facing maybe Munaz or Dobbs, whoever won over there? No spoilers. I'm gonna cover that one using record the game, so don't say who won if you know. I won't face him? Okay. I rather bet on how long the game goes for. I bet on 5 hours. Well, Darknoob is already making a switch to gold over here. This is very similar to what we used to see with Malay on Arena back in the day, where the players would just go up to the fuel age very quickly. They would go for the eco upgrades right away, and then they would delay the castle age a little bit as opposed to just going straight fast castle. But to my understanding, that was not quite as good as just straight fast castling. So they stopped doing it on Arena, and I am not really sure what the reason for doing that on this map might be. I guess there is also the possibility of LobodeLaNieve trying to put some pressure. You know, he's playing pole, so he's gonna be collecting stone. You know that. So there's always a possibility of a trash, and I guess going after the fuel age faster in Darknoob's situation is going to prevent LobodeLaNieve from doing any damage. If he is to go forward and start dropping towers and putting pressure, I guess. Yeah, it sounds about right, Marito. Yeah. Poles are overpowered. Holy crap, though. 30,000, close to 30,000 bones for one player and 2k for the other one. If you ever wanted to play the long odds, now is the time to do it. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess so, because if you just wanted to play for economy, you would have gone fast castle. Regardless, though, it shouldn't take too long for him to click up, and he'll still get there a little bit sooner compared to LobodeLaNieve, so it's not all bleak for Darknoob. He's getting the blacksmith over here, already got the market, and he's making a switch to stone himself, so he should have enough to go for his own castle once he gets to the castle age. Maybe not right away, but soon after he gets to the castle age. While LobodeLaNieve, on the other hand, he's not really collecting stone too heavily. He's got only 2 villagers over here still, so it doesn't seem like he'll try to make a push with Obuch or anything like that. And I'm kind of wondering then, what is the plan for LobodeLaNieve? If he wanted to go for knights, he kind of has to play for Shlachta privileges. That's the thing to do if you're playing polls. So I'm pretty curious. I guess we're going to find out. Darknoob might go for fast Imperial Rush with fast fuel. Fast Imperial for Darknoob. Well, he's got the resource to click out to the castle age, and he hasn't done so yet. He's got 2 villagers queued up. I guess it's a possibility. Passive monks. Could be. I would love to see that. Many of the suggestions you are going for I actually like quite a bit. And CD, thank you so much for the resub actually. 10 months, long time indeed. You know, I didn't stream for like 2 weeks before. Yeah. I was sick. I was sick to my stomach. Actually, not to my stomach. I was just... I think I had a flu. Anyway. Extra DCs on the way for LobodeLaNieve right away. And not enough resources. Did he sell some stone? Yeah, he sold some stone to go up. But he doesn't have the resources, and he's not anywhere near having enough resources to go up to go for a castle, rather, sorry. So Darknoob, on the other hand, is gonna get to the castle age very soon, and he's been collecting resources, but doesn't seem like he would have enough to go for the Imperial age, so it seems like it's probably just going to be a castle drop. Very soon after he gets to the castle age, he can buy some stone and start putting some pressure with Karambit, maybe? I'm not really sure, actually. It's going for wheelbarrow. If he wants to try and fast imp, he can still do it, but it's going to take a little bit longer. He's just gonna need to save resources. And it seems like you guys are onto something, because he's not going for anything. He's just saving resources. He's just stacking up. So he'll click up to the Imperial Age very soon, while LobodeLaNieve is gonna be stuck in the Castle Age, just trying to boom away with 4 TCs. He's making a heavier play for stones, so he might get enough to go for a defensive castle if he needs to, but of course if Darknoob gets to the Imperial Age and goes for a castle, he's gonna have access to trebuchets. He's going for a monastery though. It could be both things. It could be fast simp monks and potentially siege. After he gets the castle up, he's getting very close. He's going for the castle now. After he gets that, he should have enough resources to click up to the Imperial Age as well. He's taking his sweet time. 4 villagers, 5 villagers in the castle. Yeah. Upgrading the audio setup? I'm hoping to. The tip goal is for an audio interface. I don't have one right now. I just have a USB mic, which is kind of busted. I need a very heavy noise gate on it. There is also a new microphone in the goal over there, so the new audio interface, a new microphone, and headphones. But it's gonna be good. The main thing that I want to do is hook up the guitar to my computer so that I can record some music, honestly. But you know, with a new microphone and the guitar, who knows? If I start practicing, if I try to learn how to sing again, maybe we could have some music streams in the future, but that'll be kind of way off. I'll need to start practicing singing again, and yeah, that's gonna take some time. 2 TC fast imp. Yeah, it's got a second TC now. And obviously he does fall behind significantly in economy. This is kind of similar to what we saw yesterday on... Well, not really that similar. The distribution in worker count is kind of similar proportionately speaking compared to one of the games that we saw yesterday actually in Jungle Rumble. I don't know if you remember. It was pretty good. Mihai versus Heisen, right? That was a great game. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go back and watch it. And this is going to be kind of similar where the player with a lower economy, with a smaller economy, a lower worker count is going to try and put pressure much earlier. And the other player is just going to try to survive. And of course, Darknoob's going to be on a timer, right? So he's got Karambe Warriors, he's got the Monk, he's got Trebuchets coming out. And he'll be the one on a timer. If he fails to suppress LobodeLaNieve before, you know, the red player gets too far ahead, it's probably able to click up to the Imperial H himself. It's gonna be pretty difficult for Darknoob to keep up, of course. So yeah, I would say from this point on, there's probably about 10 minutes at most. Darknoob's got kind of open to do damage. And to do significant damage, of course, the longer the time goes on, the more damage he's going to need to prevent LobodeLaNieve from still staying ahead. If we, 10 minutes from now, see Darknoob only get like 10 villagers or something, it's not going to suffice. So, here comes the bull player. He knows about... I think he knows about the castle, right? Yeah. He's targeting it. Beautiful. Let's go, Lobo. Yeah. We have Lobo fans here. Are you from Mexico yourself? And I would imagine we must have a viewer or two rooting for Darknoob, right? One Monk, one Treb, one Karambit, yeah. He's going for more. Now he's got 2 Monks and 2 Trebs. And by the way, LobodeLaNieve, I think he knows pretty much everything that Darknoob's got to work with. Well, not necessarily. He doesn't know about the second TC inside the walls, but he knows about the third TC coming out outside. And that's about it. To Trebuchet, so the castle's going down here. And that means the TC could be going down next. I'm not really sure. I think if he deletes the house, he can target the TC right away. He will need something to protect the Trebuchets with, though. Right now, he's got just the 1 Monk. And, of course, the moment LobodeLaNieve gets to the Imperial Age, he's going to get access to much stronger units, upgrades. I'm not really sure what he's thinking of right now. There is a possibility of going... Oh! Okay. He's got the stables over here. And he's got light cavalry coming up. Yeah, let me take a look at the tech tree to see if he went for... No, he never managed to go for Slakta privileges, so he might have a bunch of stables coming up, but he's gonna be paying full price for these units. Doesn't seem like he's making a play for knights either. Just going to be light cavalry. Meanwhile, Darknoob, he's still pushing. He's got Karambits coming out, and I like this. I like to see it. But it's going to take some time, and it's going to take a decent amount of Karambits for him to hold on against light cavalry and be able to defend the monks and the trebuchets against light cavalry. So here he comes. Let's bring the trebuchets forward. It's gonna very slowly but surely keep on pushing and taking the TCs down one at a time. Meanwhile, LobodeLaNieve, he's got 7 stables right now to work with. I think that's all, right? Yeah, 7 stables. But he's got just 2 light cavalry, so he doesn't have too much to work with just yet. 105 villages, how fitting, man. That might be the most villages he's gonna get to. Never mind. But yeah, the TC's gone down. And if he brings the trebuchets forward enough, he actually might be able to target all 3 TCs from a single position. And that's going to leave LobodeLaNieve completely exposed. He's going for more light cavalry right now. He's got 12 queued up. And he's got the Wing Hussar upgrade on the way. So there we go, 1 TC under pressure. This one should be going down very shortly as well. Does he know about the third TC? He doesn't know about this one yet, so he won't be able to target it. He's going for another castle. This is instrumental. If he gets the castle up, he'll prevent LobodeLaNieve's light cavalry from doing much of anything, or Wing Hussar right now even, from doing much of anything. And oh, LobodeLaNieve's going back! I don't know about this. I think if there was a time to strike, that was it. Why is he going back? Now, Darknoob's got a much greater chance of getting the castle. Is he waiting? I think he might be waiting for Darknoob to get the castle up just enough so that it's going to remain at that castle and it's not going to be worth deleting. I think that might be it. So he's coming over right now. This is very risky because the Darknoob is able to stall here long enough. The castle's coming up no matter what, and then the Winged Hussar won't be able to do much of anything. And once again, both these DCs went down. That's going to be only one DC left for LobodeLaNieve. The castle's already up. The Trebuchets are up over still. Only one left. Trebuchet's going down. That's good. That's good defense for LobodeLaNieve. Yeah. And without murder holes, Darknoob cannot do much of anything. He's making a play for Pikeman right now, but it's only now going for the upgrade. Meanwhile, LobodeLaNieve's got the castle coming up on the right-hand side. What an interesting game. I think he might have been able to deny this castle full stop, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point already. Alright, the Kramits are coming out. Getting the Winged Hussar down. There's gonna be a lot of losses for LobodeLaNieve. As long as Darknoob's paying attention, he should be able to keep on garrisoning the Karambit Warriors, but he's just trying to bait the Winged Hussar away so the castle can still do damage. I guess that's alright. You know, LobodeLaNieve with the castle up already, he could potentially make a play for stack the privileges. But I guess with Winged Hussar and the fact that Darknoob doesn't really have much of anything in terms of defenses or whatever, the possibility of raiding around Darknoob's base is still much too real for LobodeLaNieve, and he's going for it! Beautiful. There you are. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, man, this castle's taking a lot of damage. The Trebuchet comes out already for LobodeLaNieve. Second Trebuchet out already, so this castle's going down for sure. And the Karambit Warriors are just not strong enough, plus the villagers get pushed away from the castle. They're going down now, and this is what I was talking about. 10 minutes have passed. Darknoob has failed to do enough damage. LobodeLaNieve, instead, is still in a much better position. He's got a command lead. And even though we have Halberdier for Darknoob, LobodeLaNieve's momentum is very good. And he can just keep on spamming the crap out of the stables. He's got 11 Winged Hussar queued up now. He can just go forward and perhaps not fight the Halberdier head on, but he should still be able to keep on raiding around and prevent Darknoob from catching up ever. And of course, there's also the possibility for LobodeLaNieve to go for something else to counter these Halberdier with. He can go for like Arbalesters. He's got a castle coming up over here. The Trev's moving forward. And, you know, the Obuch would obliterate both Halberdier and Karambit Warriors. So there are options definitely there for LobodeLaNieve. He doesn't need to full commit just to Winged Hussar, although to be fair, I think that might still work, given the very small amount of units that Darknoob's got to defend himself with. Poles are broken and they're not getting a single nerf next patch. Right, there is a, what is it? There's the public update preview, right? It's already out. I think Gujaras are getting buffed, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't seen all the changes. Regardless though. Oh, LobodeLaNieve just went for the Imperial Age upgrade. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Nice, nice. Time to call it. 105, how fitting. This would be exactly the time to call it. Conscription is coming out now for LobodeLaNieve as well, and Iron Casting. I'm still wondering if he's gonna go for anything other than just Wing Hussar. Once again, I still think the Wing Hussar would probably just work on their own right. It's coming forward. How about the air there? It's gotta be careful. But yeah, he will need more units. Right now, he doesn't really have anywhere near enough. Overall population is so much higher for LobodeLaNieve though. Damn. Yeah, well, that was not a good trade. And finally, we see the Obu coming out. On the left-hand side, Wing Hussar still putting pressure, denying some economy from Darknoob. Getting some trebuchets down. Yeah, and with the Obu, now this becomes much harder for Darknoob to fight against. He can only go for Halberdier, basically. I guess Karambits as well, right? But the Obu will just take care of both those units. So, I'm not really sure what the reason for Darknoob to still keep on going is. He should know just how far behind he is. There is an over 2,000 score lead for LobodeLaNieve. Trish is moving on. This castle should get targeted. There you go, Obu. Elite Obu coming up now as well for LobodeLaNieve. Beautiful. Only 2k score difference? Why would he resign? Alright, that's about to increase quite a bit. Yeah, that's about to increase quite a bit. Here comes the Obu. He can come in, the gate's open. Yeah, he's going in. There's a very generous donation over here from Darknoob. He's just going to let the gate open and offer some trebuchets as a sacrifice. So LobodeLaNieve goes back, but never mind. The GG's coming up, and LobodeLaNieve is up 1-0 against Darknoob. Well played. Taking a look at the achievements over here really quickly. We're gonna see an 11 to 10 KD ratio for LobodeLaNieve, which is good. And for economy, a much stronger economy for LobodeLaNieve, and it shouldn't be up for debate whatsoever. Check that out. So much stronger for LobodeLaNieve in terms of economy, overall resources collected. And for society, it's going to be pretty similar as well, as he was the only player going for actual economy. With the extra TCs in the castle age, he managed to build a very substantial villager lead very early on into the game. And Darknoob failed to do enough damage, unfortunately, so his fast imp approach over here did not really work. That's something to keep in mind for the future as well. Oh crap, it's loading still. Alright, there we are. And welcome everyone then to game number 2. Once again switching LobodeLaNieve to red so that we can see the players better. And for game number 2, it's going to be Burgundians versus Berbers on Hideout. What are all the maps for this tournament once again? So we have... let me check. For Wallhalla, we have Dawn, which we have seen before already. Jungle Rumble, which we have seen a few times. Territorial, we have seen already. Vintage Arena, we have seen. The Wall, Bypass. Fortify Clearing, I don't remember if we saw already. At the very least, not from the games that I covered. However, Hideout, we already saw. And Fortress, we already saw. So I think Fortify Clearing might be the only game or the only map that I haven't seen yet. Really. Regardless though. Let's check, yeah. The players over here. Darknoob's having a little bit of trouble pushing the deer. As you do. Yeah. But, what to expect over here? Burgundians. Burgundians are a civilization that will get a very nice power spike in the Castle Age onwards. The Castle Age specifically. With access to Cavalier, will make the Burgundians a very threatening civilization over there. But then as the game moves on... oh god, the deer's coming out again! Come on, you gotta be kidding me. He cannot push a single deer. Damn, at the very least he was able to get the board without losing it to the TC though, at the same time. I think LobodeLaNieve might be having a much easier time. Yeah, he already pushed one, so he's got 3 left only. He's taking this one, right? Yeah, and he's pushing the next one. So yeah, Burgundians, as the game goes on, of course, they kind of taper off. So it's kind of a very specific timing that Burgundians get. There is always a possibility of Flemish Revolution. But as we saw in the last few times that we saw that technology actually get used, it's not really quite as strong as it would seem on paper, at the very least. It's usually going to be a last-ditch attempt you have access to with Burgundians that is not really going to be quite as strong as it used to be before. LobodeLaNieve, on the other hand, well, with Berbers, he's going to get a nice power spike himself once he gets to the Castle Age, and then the Imperial Age is going to increase as he gets a discount of 15 and 20% on stable units in the Castle and Imperial Ages. So, yeah. It seems like finally Darknoob manages to push some of the deer. Nice. It's going for one more. Darknoob pushes deer the old way, doesn't use the follow command. That'll be rough. He does manage to get this one in. So there is one left here. And then on the right hand side, LobodeLaNieve. He's not pushing anymore. He pushed 2. And then he's off to scout. That's alright. Anyway, LobodeLaNieve is going out to the field age. Interestingly enough, he's going up on 22 pop. And he's going for militia. So it seems like he's going to try and put pressure early on. He can try and do that. Darknoob's civilization is going to have a slower start because of the access to eco upgrades from the next stage. He's already gone for horse collar. Doesn't have a single farm yet, but he's gone for it. He's gone for horse collar and he's gone for double bit axe. So that's going to delay him a little bit, and he's only clicking up to the fuel age on 25 population, so he can just fast castle, or he can try to anyway. And LobodeLaNieve is going to try and put some pressure. I expect to see, yeah, there we go, some units coming forward. We already saw the militia queued up. But I would actually like to see maybe some villagers come in and try to go for a tower or something, because the militias alone quite clearly won't be enough. So I'm kind of confused as to what LobodeLaNieve's plan is over here. It's gonna take a while for him to get enough to go up to the Castle Age himself. So here he comes. He's got the Man-at-Arms upgrade on the way. Beautiful. Yeah, might be able to break through. And the Men-at-Arms are significantly stronger compared to militias. But yeah, the walls are coming up already for Darknoob. And it seems like he should still have enough to click up to the Castle Age after he gets to the Fuel Age. However, LobodeLaNieve is... Oh, he manages actually to keep this open! No way! He's coming in with the Men-at-Arms. This is a disaster for Darknoob! I thought he had already hammered all the foundations over there. But it seems like now he's losing a villager. Does he even have loom here? He doesn't even have loom, so now the Men-at-Arms are coming in. Yeah, straight past the quick walls. And now Darknoob's gonna be forced into quick walling the wood lines over here. But it's not fast enough, so we might see another villager going down. It's trying to block the villager with the Men-at-Arms. Should be able to do it, and that's gonna be a second villager going down. He cannot breach through over here anymore, but that's 3 villagers already Darknoob has lost to this Men-at-Arms push, and this is way more damage than I would ever have anticipated LobodeLaNieve was going to be able to do around Darknoob's base. So, F's in the chat indeed. LobodeLaNieve is looking strong. He's managed to get a villager lead now. However, Darknoob still will have enough to go up to the Castle Age. He's going for the blacksmith and the market. Meanwhile, LobodeLaNieve is going for some archers forward. I guess he could bring the Men-at-Arms back, right? If he brought the Men-at-Arms over here, just try to put some pressure here and bring the archers maybe around this area. Should be able to break through. Yeah, he's bringing the archers. Basically, just gotta try and prevent Darknoob from getting extra walls up. Darknoob's going for more, though. Defensive tower as well. But he's on his way to the castle age. LobodeLaNieve, on the other hand, not quite. Here he comes with the archers, with the men-at-arms. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be so rough. Lobo already has fletching. By the way. Yeah. There we go. And he's gonna try and break through over here as the wall already came up and the tower is up. LobodeLaNieve was trying to find a different angle to strike from. While Darknoob's getting the extra walls up, he does go for his second tower. He had to buy the stone for this one. So his economy is kind of in shambles a little bit. But once the tower comes up, that'll make it increasingly harder for Lobo to do any damage anymore, right? He can push on the right hand side because of this one. He wouldn't be able to push on the left hand side because of this one. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good for Darknoob. At the very least, he should be able to finally properly defend himself, even after having taken some damage over here. LobodeLaNieve, on the other hand, should be able to click up to the castle age very soon. Who's got the most economy? Right now, LobodeLaNieve has collected resources for the longest time. However, keep in mind the Darknoob did go for the upgrades earlier with double bit axe and boso specifically being quite important, quite relevant, while of course horse collar and heavy plow not so much. Technically see on the way for Darknoob, and I like it. Let's take a look at who's collected the most resources so far. That would be LobodeLaNieve by quite a bit, but about 600 resources or so. So it's been good. All the pressure he's put up so far against Darknoob has actually paid off big time. Keeps on roaming around now. Might be able to break the gate down and come in. The archers here still, and he's going after the castle age himself. Meanwhile, Darknoob is gonna have the possibility of getting ahead in economy at the very well. First off, catch up and then get ahead in economy, as he does have the second TC coming up over here. He's faster to the castle age, so he's got stronger villager production, basically guaranteed. He does have a third TC coming up right now as well on the left hand side, so he's got 2 towers plus 3 TCs. He should be fine. Yeah. He can gather some villagers inside the tower on the left hand side to prevent these units from breaching through, and by the time they are done destroying the house, this TC is already going to be up. So it's pretty good defense, and Darknoob's just playing for economy, while Lobo, on the other hand, is 1 minute and 15 seconds away from the castle age, and I'm not really sure what the plan is for him. He's got just the 1 archer range, and he hasn't gone for a stable, so he won't be able to utilize the discount on stable units. And yeah, he's sending some villagers forward. He's been collecting stones, so it seems like he's gonna try and drop a castle. Darknoob's catching up finally. Nice. And of course, as soon as he can keep all 3 TCs working, he should be in a much better position. We'll see. I did enable predictions for game number 2. I'm not really sure if it's too late to do it now. I guess we could do it for just 2 minutes. I'll tell you what. Yeah, let's enable predictions for 2 minutes. Once again. Monastery is already up for the bull player. Yeah, there we go, guys. Predictions are open for 2 minutes. You can predict who you think is going to win this game. Nice. Castle drop from Lobo. This is what we were expecting to see. This castle is going to target. Well, if he gets... He already has Balkan Arrow. I don't think he can target the tower. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he can. Yeah, he cannot. But he's going to be able to target the monastery and the TC. However, Darknoob's counter castle's coming up. It's not going to have enough range to deny this one, mind you. While if LobodeLaNieve actually managed to get the castle up himself, he would actually have enough range to target any villagers over here from Darknoob. But Darknoob doesn't have enough, so the castle's coming up over here for LobodeLaNieve still. Perhaps we could see a Batar War. Let's go, Darknoob. Are you rooting for a full series, or are you rooting for actually Darknoob to get through the next stage? Oh, by the way, I think this is the run of 62, isn't it? 64, sorry. Not 32. Nice. Here we go. LobodeLaNieve. It's roaming around. Beautiful defense for Darknoob. And he's managed to get ahead in villager count and stay ahead. Not so much anymore. It's really close between both these players. But Lobo's putting a lot of pressure over here. So Darknoob struggled to fabricate the villager lead. Notice the amount of idle TC time he's gotten so far. Despite getting the extra TC sub soon and all, the pressure over here from Lobo made it pretty hard for Darknoob to keep villager production going. So LobodeLaNieve is able to keep up. He does have 3 TCs himself. And being the one putting pressure over here, he's dictating the pace of the game. If you take a look at the minimap, the only place where there is some action right now taking place, that's going to be basically inside Darknoob space. No petards coming out from either player. Yeah, just a camel archers. Oh man, the 4th TC attempt from Darknoob down south. Gets frustrated by the crossbows. Might have thought that Lobo's units were far away already, but he always kept them at hand. So the TC gets denied over there. There's a defensive manual for Darknoob. He's gotta place his cards right. If he doesn't play his cards right, he'll end up losing the manual. That's 1 heal. If you're a Lobo now, he can keep on putting pressure. He knows where the extra TCs are, so he's gonna try and find a different angle to attack from. Over here on the left hand side, that's going to work. Another Siege Workshop is coming up now for LobodeLaNieve as well. You want to bet? You only gain like 1k points? Yeah, because not a lot of people bet on Darknoob to win game number 1. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. The mana's going down. Misclick from Darknoob. Couldn't repair the mana fast enough. Nice. Still a lot of pressure coming out from Lobo. It's going to keep on increasing by the minute. Oh, interesting. Going for the lane here. While Darknoob managed to scrap together enough resources to go up to the Imperial Age, this seems like a huge mistake. Going up to the Imperial Age in this position where you're under so much pressure, it's taken 2,000 resources, 1,800 resources, and poof, it's gone. I guess I understand that because of the castle being up for both players. Going up to the Imperial Age is going to give you access to trebuchets. But I'm not really sure if that's going to suffice. There's another castle coming up on the left hand side from LobodeLaNieve. There you are. You can never catch up and castle H under this pressure. It's the only yellow he has left. I'm not really sure, man. That's 1,800 resources he could have used to go for something else. Now he's got a second castle coming up here. Well, it's easy to say from the caster's perspective, I guess. Now LobodeLaNieve is getting enough to click up to the Imperial Age himself as well. He's got a stronger economy, much stronger military, of course. He only one putting pressure currently. Man, it's looking pretty dire. That this should go down. And I guess these two will stay up because of the castles. But you know, I'm not really sure if he'll be able to get both these castles down before LobodeLaNieve gets to the Imperial Age himself and can go for his own traps, potentially bombard cannons. So many circles, yeah. I guess we can disable that now. TC crumbles. 2 TCs left, protected by 1 castle each. There we go, the trebuchets are coming out now for Darknoob finally. So you might be able to get the castle down. Now that Lobo knows Darknoob has gotten to the Imperial Age, he is expecting the trebuchets, but he's not really gone for much of anything. Still think maybe petards would have been a good play. Might be too late now though. Trebuchets are coming out. So did Lobo trash every game? Not this one, no. In the previous one, I don't think he did either. He could have. He was playing poles, but he didn't go for it. Beautiful. Castle goes down. Now Lobo's gonna have this castle left only, which is going down for sure. He's gotten to the Imperial Age finally, so he can go for his own trebuchets. Of course, he wouldn't really have enough time to. If he's lucky, get just one more, get just more than 1 trebuchet out. And honestly, I'm not really sure he's gonna be able to. He's housed, and he doesn't really have the villagers repairing the castle, so the trebuchet is not coming out, and he's just got the camel archers to work with. And if he goes for chemistry, which he's going for right now, Racer as well, he can make a play for bombard cannons, but it's going to take some time. Regardless though, Lobo still has some momentum over here, despite not having 4 castles anymore. And the moment he starts pumping bombard cannons, that's going to make life much more difficult for Darknoob. Once again, as he's just going to have trebuchets over here, which will crumble to the bombard cannons. The castles will crumble to the bombard cannons. Extra TCs coming out for Darknoob. That could have gotten denied. I'm not really sure why Lobo's going up north. Boom to save one. Let's see. Nice prediction. What was option 1 again? Darknoob, okay. Yeah. Actually, that's a lot of points for Darknoob from King Boo. Just moving his way out. I see no issue here. Is Darknoob losing the set? You know, I was really expecting Darknoob to come out on top here. But I guess maybe he's not as well suited for some of the other maps other than Arena. I'm not 100% sure, but game number 1 was a big struggle for him. And game number 2, I mean, he survived so far, right? There's that. There aren't as many blinking dots on the minimap around his base. But Lobo still has momentum, and he's got another castle up over here, so he's going for conscription, and he could potentially start adding trebuchets if he wanted to, but he already has bombard cannons on the way, so that's still good. Oops. Yeah, it's got the bombard cannon. Second siege workshop coming up. Yeah, and that means the end of the castles here, potentially the end of the TCs. Basically, Darknoob, all he's got right now is fortifications. The only defense that he's got right now is fortifications, and that's not going to stay. It's not going to stand tall for much longer. Once the castles start dropping, TCs will be completely exposed. And yeah, LobodeLaNieve is the only player with an actual army, so if he can strive Darknoob away from his defenses, then he can just move forward. He can just march on the camel archers here and start taking the villages down. So yeah, here come the bombard cannons. The TC's going down over there. Next thing you know, he's out of castles, out of TCs, out of trebs, and out of hope. Right now, Darknoob's on 100 pop in a dream. 102 pop, actually. There we go. And yeah, indeed, LobodeLaNieve did wall Darknoob off, so Darknoob is kind of cornered right now and doesn't really have a place to go. So he'll get pushed away from here. How many resources does Darknoob still have access to? So he's got the golds, I guess, but that's not going to be the case for much longer, obviously. As the castle goes down, the gold over here on the left-hand side is completely exposed. He's got just one gold left. Yeah. And this one on the left-hand side is kind of denied by the camel archers. Just being here. So, here come the bombard cannons. We have camel riders now. Heavy camel riders even. Leather arch armor coming up for LobodeLaNieve. So just working his way through the entire blacksmith. And yeah, the bombard cannons are going to move on, march on, take the TC towers. Castles down, and there isn't really a space for Darknoob to run to anymore. He's pinched. He's got bombard cannons to worry about forward. He's got the camel archers to worry and the camel riders over here to worry on the back. He's walled off. So yeah, it's another one of those situations, right? Close to a 4,000 score lead right now for LobodeLaNieve, but Darknoob's gonna keep on trying. And I guess he kind of has to at this stage. It's after all match point. But yeah, man, I don't know about this. It just doesn't seem like it should be possible for Darknoob to come back from this position. There we go. Here come the bombard cannons. Beautiful. If you want to get rank information for both these players at the same time, you can do #match. And that's going to give you more information. Oh, bombard cannons coming out from Darknoob. He does manage to get the castle down, but he gets sniped. Where are the bombard cannons from LobodeLaNieve? It still has them. They're on the left-hand side for the most part. But yeah. Wow, the match command's not working. Interesting. Maybe the game is already off. Maybe the game is already over. There was like 3 minutes. There were like 3 minutes of spec delay, so if the game was over and we are still waiting to catch up, I guess maybe that's why the command wouldn't work. I would imagine. That might be a spoiler type that I was not aware of. But anyway, Halberdier is coming up for Darknoob Squires. He's got 20 military units, which is so much higher compared to what he had before. Unfortunately, it's not really well suited to fight against Lobo's army with ranged units. Yeah, the pikeman over here obviously will do much of anything. Halberdier going down. The camels are taking the blow here, but they are a strong enough meat shield that Lobo can still clean this up with the camel archers. So he holds on to the bombard cannons, holds on to the camel archers. He's moving on against this castle, and we have one castle left. 4 TC still for Darknoob. He's gonna try and make a play for more Halberdier on the left-hand side. He's got extra barracks coming up. But he calls GG right there. I think that was probably the case, that the game was over. That's why the command didn't work. But game number 2 goes in favor of LobodeLaNieve, which means he moves on to the round of 32, while Darknoob, he gets knocked out of the qualifiers in the round of 64. And yeah, let's go back. Let's take a look at the achievements over here really quickly. And then we'll go back, because the next set is poised to begin. If it's not already on, that's going to be Draken versus Mikov. And then after that one, we are going to cover the recorded games from Dobbs versus Munoz, which took place earlier today, but a couple hours ago, actually. And that's the reason we didn't cover it live. There was going to be a big gap between the sets. Regardless, though, KD is pretty good. LobodeLaNieve gets a 7-4 KD ratio. For economy, we're going to see also a stronger economy for LobodeLaNieve by quite a bit. And I'm sorry, anybody who bet for Darknoob for game number 2, but that's going to be a lot of points going for whoever bet on LobodeLaNieve. Same stuff for Society, just so much stronger, right?